What's up, wizards? It's Dev, SBMTG, we like it a magic, and yeah, you tuned into Dank Jank, that usually means gameplay, and yet here stands the man with a mic in his hand. What a treat. You see, every now and again we do a deck on stream that ends up being special, and as a matter of fact, this one was so special, I'm going to use my video essayist voice for the intro, because you see, Jank means different things to different people. To some, a Jank deck is any deck not currently seeing play, whereas to others, a Jank deck must not contain any cards currently seeing play. There is a wide chasm of difference between people's definitions of this word. However, tonight's deck is Jank by any definition. And what color would such a deck be, you ask? None colors. That's right, Mono Colorless is back again on the channel. We do it every couple of seasons. It doesn't have the best track record. It's only good maybe 1 out of every 5 or 6 times. And again, good is one of those terms that has relative definitions. So how does it look this season, and how did we do with the deck? Well, I'm here to give you a quick rundown of what the thing looks like before we go into some games. And why don't we start with the whole reason I built the deck in the first place? We have 2 different colorless sweepers in standard right now. We rarely ever even have the one, so I figured I'd want to build a deck with 4 copies of Karn's Silex and 4 copies of the Filigree Silex, brand new card right here, and it actually did some work tonight. Mostly, this is pretty good at blowing up all the tokens and 1-drops and such. Anything bigger than that, and it kind of takes too long to get rolling, you know, if you want to blow up all the 4-drops of the Filigree Silex, and good luck, and you're almost basically never ever going to get the other mode on it where you can just sack it and dome something for 10. Don't focus too hard on that. It's basically not even on the card, but as a sweeper for like low to the ground stuff, it really does its job well. And Karn's Silex is the grown-up colorless sweeper in the format. It's the dad of these two, and it's definitely way better, and it's still not great. It turns out having to wait a turn on this is caca. It's not super great, but sometimes it's going to save your bacon one way or the other. So that's 8 sweepers in our colorless deck. I don't think we've ever been able to do that before. We've also got the Mightstone and Weakstone in the format, so I'm playing 2 copies of this because it's legendary, but I think you could probably get away with playing 3, and that'd be like fine, honestly, because, you know, you don't mind playing one on top of the other. You can actually tap one to help play another one, which is kind of cute, because that one's going to come into play on tap. You can just tap it. It's nice, but one way or the other. This is another removal spell, so that's 10 removal spells so far in our 100% colorless deck. That's cool, but we need more. And not only do we need more removal spells, we need to win the game somehow. We need to figure out how we're going to actually finish a game of magical cards. And I think the best way of doing that in colorless right now is Cityscape Leveler, Portal to Phyrexia, 2 of the big men right here, and we're only going to play 2 copies of these apiece. We don't need a whole bunch of them because I don't want them gumming up our hand. It still happened like all night, even with only a couple of copies of each. But it's worth having these in our deck because we got a lot of different things that ramp in one way or the other in here. Plus, we have 8 sweepers. So, like, we're trying to get to the late game one way or the other. Like, even if we didn't have any ramp, we might consider playing these. But we have just enough ramp that we're definitely totally going to play them. And they basically give us, I think, a total of 14 removal spells up to this point, and also things that can actually finish and close a game, which we don't otherwise have a whole lot of. Now I'm playing 3 copies of Korn in this deck. He is a little corny. He's not the best walker in the world. We all determined that. Me and Chat together, but I still don't think that Chat was giving Korn quite enough credit last night. I think this card is okay. You know, it kind of gains you a little bit of life because your opponent always wants to swing into it and kill it. So that's them not swinging into you and killing you, which is kind of nice. It also provides a little bit of the ramp to get to stuff like Leveler and Portal. You need it. And sometimes it's going to draw you a card. You know, drew his card over the course of the games last night. That's kind of fine. But mostly this just has a huge target on its back because your opponent never wants you to ultimate it. The thing is, you never do. You'll never. I mean, I'm not saying you'll never ultimate this card, but I've been playing this deck in various versions of it outside of the stream for like a week now. And I've probably played, I don't know, 60 games with various versions of this deck. I've never ultimated Karn. They just will never, they can't let it happen. They would sooner lose the game than let you ultimate your card. It's a little bit tough to get there, but theoretically it's another win condition. But mostly what this is going to do is ramp and also draw you a card kind of every now and again. That's good. And then also get hit in the face so that you don't. It's good. Those are good things. So I would still play some Karn. I just might cut a copy. But the only actual creature in our deck, period, is Circuit Mender. We're playing all 4 copies of this because it's good. It's just a solid little 3-drop. That's one of the problems with the deck is there's too many solid 3-drops in colorless. And honestly, I think I have foregone playing other solid 3-drops I could play to play 3 drops that I shouldn't play. We'll get to that in a second, but Circuit Mender's good. I wouldn't cut this card at all. It's 4 copies is great. Turns out this will just like get in the way of opposing creatures, which we kind of want. Sometimes it'll trade in combat. It'll gain you the life against the aggro decks and stuff. Draw you a card's great. Just everything the card does is great. So even if it gets swept up in a Karn Silex or a Filigree Silex or whatever, we kind of don't mind losing it because it replaces itself. Just a great card. You know what is also funnily kind of hilariously decent some of the time? Boarded Windows. I'm playing all 4 copies of Boarded Windows, which is probably not the right way to use this slot, I guess. This is the card I said we'll get to in a second. There's better 3 drops we could probably be playing, but I just can't resist Boarded Windows. Especially when like the whole purpose of this deck is not necessarily to win quickly. we'll say that. We mostly want to win with our lands. We'll get to those in a second. But, you know, with cards like Boarded Window, we can basically just not take any damage ever. You'll see in these games that I'm about to show you. Against soldiers, Boarded Windows is kind of hilariously effective, more so than you might think at first. So this is another one that I probably should cut, but I won't be cutting. What's next? Oh yeah, 4 copies of Reckoner Bankbuster. You knew this was going to be in the deck. We actually don't have a whole lot of like 1 and 2 drop artifacts in the deck, mostly because of Filigree Silex, Karn Silex. Right, we can't play a whole bunch of stuff in the early game and put it on the table just to then kill it a couple of turns later. That would seem kind of silly. So I don't want to play a bunch of stuff on the lower on the curve, but I think Bankbuster is definitely worth it. It's one of the only thing that really draws us cards in the deck, and if we can get to crewing it, which is possible. I was going to say easier than you think. It's not. It's just possible to crew this card in the deck. Then it actually attacks and blocks like really well too. So there's just no reason to not play. It's like the best artifact in the whole format. Let's play the card. But you know, it's not the best artifact in the whole format. The Stasis Coffin. I played 2 copies of this. And honestly, I feel like it annoyed a couple of people, but I still don't think it did enough. I really don't. What the Stasis Coffin tends to do some of the time is just you don't die on a turn you're supposed to die. And in Standard, that's supposed to be really good, right? Because, you know, oh, how many times have you thought, oh, if I just had one more turn, I could have won this game? And I think the Stasis Coffin would be pretty decent in those situations. The problem is, this deck is almost never like 1 turn away from victory. It needs like 50 turns under a stable board state to like really pull something good off. And so just buying yourself 1 turn is basically, you don't die this turn, draw a card and die next turn. That's basically what this card did in a lot of games. But there were times where it saved us a little bit, so I would probably cut this card, to be honest, and put something else in, but we had good times. We finished off the thing with a bunch of other one-ofs, just not a whole lot, really, just like 3 one-ofs to finish this deck off. The most important one is the Celestus. This is legendary, so I'm not playing a bunch of copies of it, but one is really good. This ramps us into the big stuff, gains us life, draws us cards, and the life game is actually instrumental in a game. You'll see that one, too, so I would never cut this. I think 1 copy is exactly right. You shouldn't play more, but you probably shouldn't go to 0 either. As far as stuff that I think it might be cuttable, I played 1 copy of Unlicensed Hearst because it actually is like fairly easy to crew. Like Circuit Mender can crew this, and that's good. And it actually messes around in graveyards, and we need that because there's a bunch of like Atraxa decks and stuff. But another card that does that is Lantern of the Lost. I'm playing 1 copy of this too. It doesn't it can't swing for 8 the way Unlicensed Hearst can. You know, Hearst is pretty good at sometimes ending a game every now and again, so that's good. But what this does is draw us cards, which I want more of. I want to be able to do that sometimes. Now, as far as the lands, we're not playing any basics whatsoever, so you might get bodied by Field of Ruin. You might get hit with Beseiju and not be able to search a basic up, which happened to us on stream. So, like, these things suck and they're not good, but at the same time, it's always nice that the colorless decks can effectively just play, like, 24 to 26 like other actual real Magic cards that do stuff in their mana base. Like all 60 of the cards in our deck do something, which leads to some real decision points. Let me say that much about what to do with your mana, how to sequence your turns and all that. Sometimes it's a little like 6-head galaxy brain. Like, what exactly am I doing? I'm just going to sit here and stare at it while over 100 people watch me play Magic silently staring at a screen while the rope counts down. It's like, what am I doing with my mana this turn? I still haven't figured it out at all. So that's a bit of the problem with all of your lands doing something in your deck. But theoretically, it's a very good thing. So we're playing 4 copies of Blast Zone. So we kind of have 12 sweepers in our deck when you really think about it. And Blast Zone helps out a lot too. You know, it can't ever take out tokens. But being able to blow up all the Monastery Swiftspears and Kumanos, Faces Kakazan, and Phoenix Chicks and stuff on the board at the same time, pretty good thing to be able to do. But we're also playing 4 Crystal Grotto. Sick free land. I mean, it's scries. It's scries. It doesn't come into play tapped, and it's scries, and it produces the color of mana that the deck needs. So yeah, all 4 copies. It's like technically one of the best lands in the deck. You play 4 Crystal Grotto. We're also playing 4 Mirex, though. 4 Mirex because sometimes we might need mana. Maybe, who knows? we're doing weird stuff. Like maybe we grab something out of their graveyard with Portal to Phyrexia, and the activation cost and the thing we grab costs green. So like, sure, Mirex sometimes, whatever. But it's not going to happen very often. Mostly this just makes creatures. And we have 12 sweepers in our deck. So we're just trying to sweep the board as often as possible and then just push in damage with Mirex. And that is one of the more reliable ways to win games with this deck. But be very careful, because one of the things we learn is that for some reason, the auto tapper prioritizes tapping Mirex before it taps anything else. It'll tap Mirex before it taps Crystal Grotto for no reason. Like it's infuriating. You have to very much watch how you tap your lands in this deck. I'm letting you know ahead of time. But aside from I'm letting you know, I don't know why I pointed at you like I'm Sergeant Slaughter. I'm letting you know ahead of time. Anyway, we're also playing 4 Roadside Reliquary in this deck, because of course we are. We can sack it to draw a card on almost any board state. So like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. We're playing 2 Monumental Facade, which can put oil counters onto Filigree Silex. So why not play a couple of copies of that? As a matter of fact, the other day when I was playing with this deck, I grabbed, with Portal Phyrexia, I grabbed an Archfiend of the Dross out of my opponent's graveyard. That's the thing that kills you. You lose the game if it doesn't have any oil counters on it. So I used Monumental Facade to put an oil counter on it, which was slick, right? Oil. But Facade's fine. We're also playing 3 Mishra's Factory. I would play 4, but I only own 3 copies of the card. So if you're gonna play this deck and you have 4 Mishra's Factory, play all 4 of them. This is, besides Mirex, kind of the other way we're looking to win the game is just, sweep the board, attack, sweep the board, attack, because our creature lands never die in the sweepers. So, we'll take advantage of that. We're also playing 3 Mech Hanger. I would probably go down to 2 to accommodate the other copy of Mishra's Factory. But I'm playing 3 Mech Hanger in here because it can, obviously we have no creatures. It can crew Unlicensed Hearse or Reckoner Bankbuster. And those are good things. We've also got 1 copy of Hall of Taxon to occasionally make Power Stone tokens. I think we did it once all night, but that's, more than 0. It's a non-zero amount of times. And then Mycosynth Gardens, which we did not activate all night, but that could have been a mistake. Right? Like maybe I'm supposed to copy Filigree Silex or Karn Silex with it, or copy Bankbuster and start attacking or something. It feels like a mistake that we never activated this card all night, but like I only own 1 copy, so I only played 1 copy, and I was thinking you definitely should play more. You should play 4 if you can. But again, we didn't activate it all night, so I'm not really sure how important the card actually is. Now, like I said, I've been experimenting with other versions of this deck. For instance, here's one with more vehicles. Play Surge Hacker Mech so that you have more removal, and that's pretty good. I feel like this deck is a little bit better in most cases than the deck that we actually ended up playing on stream, but I wanted to go as memey as possible, so we ended up with the one that we played. But so far, this deck has been pretty good. Hover Bike is better than you might think it is at just gaining you a little bit of tempo and kind of improving your Surge Hacker Mech count when you finally play the card. So I like this version of the deck, but if you want to go all out, you can play a white version that actually plays basic lands. You won't get bodied so hard by Beseiju this time. You can go get a Plains out of your deck, but the Plains are for playing Depopulates, Farewells, Fateful Absence, and stuff like that to give you even more sweepers in your deck and allow you the game plan of winning with your lands a little bit more easily. But that's the deck, everybody. Link in the description if you want to look at the deck list rather than watch me run my mouth for another 15 minutes. But let's get to these games. Now, I'm going to show you the ones that we won like a real YouTuber does. We did lose some games tonight, though, and I want you to know what those are like. We played against Ivy Rot Priest, Poison Ivy, 2 games in a row to start the night off, and we got crushed by those decks. It was not pretty. Not a great matchup. We also lost once to Mono White on the night, and we had a couple of losses to Mono Black, and then the rest of our losses were things like Ridiculous Flood. We didn't get to 3 lands one of the games, so there were a couple of sort of non-games in there. The longer games, like Mono White and a couple of other matchups that we were in, surprised me a little bit. I thought that maybe we would be okay in these super long games, but decks like Mono White that just draw cards and draw cards and draw cards, it'll get to turn 30, right? And you've got 2 cards in your hand, and they have 6.5 somehow. We also played against the curve of, I think it was Tenacious Underdog, Graveyard Trespasser, into Shieldred, into Invoke Despair, and we lost that game too. So against the best curves in Standard, I don't know how good this deck is going to do either, but we pulled off some surprising victories against some opponents that you would not think we would ever win a game of Magical cards against. So let's show you those now, but remember to do the YouTube stuff, because I'm not going to come back for an outro or anything. Just before you get out of here, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Make sure you let me know down there in the comments if you want more of the Deck Tech Dank Jank mashup scenario video style. I don't know, whatever, but we got to get to it so the video is not 5 hours long. Let's watch some of these games, and I'll let you know right now. I'm letting you know ahead of time that some of these games are kind of wacky, so enjoy. All right, we go. Oh my god, we go first. Sick. Start with Silex. Well, we start with 3 different Silex in our hand, so that's not bad. Let's try to find this third land. Filigree Silex. Opponent says hello. Let's give them one too. I'm nice. I see certain other YouTubers, when someone hellos them, they say your go, and I think it's like super nasty. Like, why are you doing that? It's really mean. Alright, let's Silex. I think it'll be slightly better in this match. You know what? Let's put a counter on Silex. I keep forgetting it's rude not to do that. You have to click through everything, but I guess you could also use this as a, you know, your opponent doesn't know if you actually have something kind of thing. So that's good. Alright, we drew a 4th land. That's great. You know, I could Mender here. It's not a bad play. I think Mender's a better play than Silex. It all depends, though. They have 3 mana next turn? What are they going to do? Like, Graveyard Trespasser? Is that a big deal? Not really. Take, like, 1 shot from that. Let's Mender. And then let's put an oil counter on this and Sega. Genesis. Sega! Alright, Chris. Oh, they're playing Rakdos. Is it Anvil or something else? Yeah, it's Anvil. Alright. Well, we got the stuff for that, I guess. It's good. You gonna play something else, though, bud? Play anything else? You gonna play something else? Big guy? Gonna bust a blood token, get a dude? Yeah, it's good stuff. So they swap a swamp out for a fresh card. Get a man. Get a little man over here. Little construct. And here they come. They're banging in. All right, let's block. Ooh. Ooh. I'm actually gonna block here. I'm gonna block the 1/1 here and take the 3. Because I'm just going to Silex away the only cult in the Blood Tithe. So, alright, so Hall of Taxon. And I guess we'll Silex in a second. Let's go ahead and blow up the Silex. We'll Silex in a second. Let's Silex first. Alright, so we blow up the Anvil and the Blood Tithe. That seems decent. Now it's Karn Silex. And I'm going to push my advantage slightly. It's not really much of an advantage. Because they'll go to 18 and we'll go to 16 on this particular setup. But I'm okay with it. If we Silex away the Mender, we at least get to draw a card. That's good stuff. Maybe we'll draw a land. Mightstone will do something. Bazang. Here comes Braids. Ooh, okay. Nice. Braids is cool. So just straight up sacrifice, you know? Yeah, I'll sacrifice my Mender. I don't care. It's fine. That's fine. We draw a Karn. Alright. It's not terrible. What now, though? Alright. They can still bust that blood token over there. Really wish this Stasis Coffin had been a land. But I guess we just break Braids this turn. Although... Let me read Voldaren Epicure. To each opponent. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? You got haste creatures or something in there? Screw it. Let's Karn. I think we Karn this turn. And then we get a Power Stone. And that way next turn we can definitely play Mightstone and Weakstone. I think that's good. It's pretty good. Also, if opponent plays like 2-drop this turn or something, then we can Mightstone and Weakstone and take out the Braids. and then Karn Silex all the 2s away. That's kind of an interesting play line. I'd really like to draw off this Mike Stone, Weak Stone, but we might not get a chance. Yeah, here they come at Karn. They're just going to bring him down to 2. It's fine.
You will not win.
Chris plays Oni Cold Anvil. Okay. Okay. And then Mishra's Research Desk. Nice. Trying to get back on board here. And, oh, they Voltage Search the Karn, you dirty. You dirty little person. Alright, and then they get rid of the Research Desk with the Anvil. See if they sack something. They don't. Okay. We draw land, so let's Grotto and see what's on top. Foundry? Yes, I'll take another one all day. That's a good land, too. I wonder if I could have used Facade earlier on my Silex, my Filigree Silex. In, like, a good way, you know? 15 is still a pretty high life total right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will give us a total of 8 mana, which is great. Let's kill the Braids with the Might Stone. And we can still Stasis Coffin, which is amazing. It's really good. The reason I'm not blowing up the Anvil just yet is because we might... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so if we draw an untapped land, we can Portal next turn. And if we blow up the Power Stone on our side of the table, we can't do that. So we're trying this on before we Silex. But I might Silex for 2 and just get rid of the Power Stone anyway. All depends. They've only got 2 cards left in their hand. What's the chances one of them is a Voltage Surge? There's a Voltage Surge right there. So Foundry. We knew we were going to draw on tap land. I'm so stupid. All right, let's Portal. It's happening, by the way. We're doing the thing, guys. We are doing the thing. You know? Yeah, we're not. We're getting like very, very little pressure from the Anvil deck here. All right, so they sack one guy to the Anvil, and then they sack a guy to Portal. And we are in a ridiculous position. Maybe they have a Braid, and that would slow us down a little bit. But we might still be okay. This deck has to have a Braid, right? But if they had a Braid, do you think they'd have used it? They can still draw into it. Come on, Chris. Chris! They say everybody hates Chris, but I think you're alright. You're trying to only count Anvil, and that means you're pretty cool. You know, you got Black Cleave Cliffs, so you're like, dude, don't try Anvil out, you know? I guess Braids is the dream here. But I should have gone with Harvester. I think Harvester is actually correct. There's a Mirex, so we can start taking over the game that way if we need to. And now I guess we're just sitting on it, Potsy, you know? So if we go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, and do this, we still have 3 lands for Mirex? Yep, we do. But what if they kill the Mishra's Foundry, you know? I think that just sitting is probably correct. We can sacrifice this Power Stone this turn. If the Braid sticks around, yeah, it does. It'll trigger at least. Oh, Power Stone. You know what's funny? Can I sacrifice? Yeah, I can sacrifice Braids and just get it back every turn. That's really funny. that's pretty funny, dude. But we have a few turns before we actually win the game on this board state. Okay, we can just blow up the Karn Silex pretty much anytime we want now. We don't have the Power Stone token anymore. So, yeah. Note that we can make a Mirex token, swing with it, and then EOT sacrifice it to the Braids. That's pretty cool. Yeah, does that actually kind of make, like, strike fear in your heart, my friend? Let's also create a tap Power Stone token. Screw it, right? The Hall of Taxing. It's the first time I've like ever done that in my life. Let's get back the Harvester. Be funny if they were at 1, and I should have gotten back to the Epicure. Dude, look at us, you know, like we're doing it. Let's throw down Bankbuster. And let's draw a card. So why not, you know? Hey, it's a boarded window. Why not play it? Right. I don't know. I could probably do better stuff with my lands, honestly. Let's just start pushing. We are in the delivery room, baby, and we got to get it there. All attack. Opponent's removal spells apart from a Braid are more or less moot at this point. Voltage Surge, yeah, they just can't. They can't stop themselves. It has to be Foundry. But it is the best one though, because anything else we can just get back. All right, we pound in for a whole 4. It's not that much. Sure, I'll boarded window, like just in case. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 altogether. Let's sacrifice the blood toke, but I actually think that the thing we're getting the least value out of is probably the boarded window, you know? It was a thing to sack. That's why I spent 3 mana on it. I wanted 2 life and a card. Yeah, there's a Karn. Dude, we're rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. Rocking and a reeling, Barbaran. Ba ba ba. It's an old person's song, dude. I mean, what do you do now? How do you... Like, you probably just, like, don't play the game anymore. What's in their deck? You know, like, what's in their deck? Invoke Despair? What does it even do? Alright, so they sack the Oni Cold Anvil. That will give them a dude, and that'll draw them a couple of cards. They gain a little bit of life. I mean, it's not bad. I like Reckoner's Bargain, you know? It's a good card. Now what? 4 cards. Is Obnixilis gonna happen? But then, like, so, you know? It's not that big of a deal. Alright, bud. Are we... Don't salt. Did you get the Abrade? They got a Gleeful Demolition. Yeah! Let's go! Nice! Nice, 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 nice. That's all you need to get back in the game, kid. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris. It's a tough decision. He's roping. I don't think it's salt. I think he just has, like, 2 drops, and he's like, which one do I do? Like, do I sacrifice the token to Voltage Surge something? Is that what you're doing? You are going to Voltage Surge the Braids? By sacking the token? The Annihilating... Oh, neat. Okay, so they sack the token to Annihilating Glare the Braids. You're right back in the game, Chris. Mishra's Research Desk. Get some more cards. Okay. I like it, Chris. Don't... Why are you... Why are you ditching on Chris over there, chicken? Let's throw Karn down. It's fun. Circuit Mender? Sure. You know. Honestly, maybe I should honestly be using my lands. Like, but we still have mana for Stasis Coffin. If anything goes horribly wrong, like, we have Stasis Coffin. Let's get a Power Stone token. Let's pop in, chop in, slop in, and Sega. We have a card to draw. We have protection to gain. Look at this board state. This is just... It's not supposed to happen. I guess this is why Oni Cold Anvil isn't the best deck. But maybe we'd be doing this against other decks too, you know? Probably not. We know that Ivy beats us. We lost to that deck twice in a row. Embarrassingly. It's not close. Audio cut out, and instead of Invoke Despair, I heard Invoke Hair. Dev, you might want to look into that spell. I might. I would love to invoke some hair onto my noggin. Alright, let's draw a card. I need some damned hair. Alright. Should I take the Scry? Is that just better than a Blast Zone here? Yeah, what's next? What's next? Maybe that'll influence our decision to Karn or not? No, it's a land. Okay. So... Definitely draw. Do that. Circuit Mender. Definitely pop in. Opponent will probably go to 7 on this one. Block with the Archfiend? Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You guy. Alright, we lose 2 low. Who cares? So now, we probably get rid of that Archfiend by Silexing it away. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total mana, so it's not going to be a problem. Let's pay any amount of mana. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, so we can pay 3 here and basically anticipate. Karn Silex, sure. Why not? And then, I'm going to blow up my own Stasis Coffin doing this. Maybe I should have. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blow up the Archfiend. No! Why didn't it use a treasure?
Calculations.
That was super lame. Super lame. It should have used a treasure. Sorry. Something in my throat there. Yeah, that was so lame. If it had used a treasure, I would have had 3 mana there. Should have told it to do that. Our opponent gets Harvester. They're back on the table. Filigree Silex. It's our draw. Here's a Roadside Reliquary. We know Circuit Mender's coming down. That's a guarantee. We're both at 7. It's a good game. Guess I didn't realize I already played a land. A little bit lame. Why did it tap my Mirrex? Why did it do that? I want my Mirrex. I want it. Oh, well. Well, let me put an oil counter on the Silex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 mana left. So, yeah, we'll Karn Silex. And Filigree Silex. Another? No, because we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna hit Filigree for 2, aren't we? Should probably go ahead and do it. It's like, if I don't do this... Well, I guess they can't... Yeah, they can't kill my Circuit Mender with the Harvester. And I guess if I Filigree Silex, they would just chuck a card to the blood token anyway. Let's see if they do that now. Yeah. Oh, they Sakinzen. Ooh. Ooh. Pushing. Pushing it. It's good to know. Well, they still have action here. They have Mishra's Research Desk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mana. Alright, blood token, pitch a land. Get a fresh card. Still have 5 mana over there. Mishra's Research Desk. I wonder what's in their hand. I wonder what's in their hand. Alright, let's see what comes off the top from Research Desk. Good game. Great game. Makes me wonder if I should have pushed a little bit harder. But I don't know if I actually could have. Maybe I should have attacked with a Bank Buster back there or something. Bloody Betrayal. Gain control of a creature, untap it against haste. Oh no. 6, 7, 8. Damn, we're going to go down to like 1. Oh, wow. Why do you even... That's crazy you play this card. That's kind of nuts. Okay, wow. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's a card to play in your deck, dude. That is a card to play in your deck. We're going to go to 5. Yikes, man. Well, there's another Foundry. Okay. Should have played the Blast Zone. Again, I should have played the Blast Zone, but now we have a creature. That's, you know, a creature to block is good. It's somewhat likely that I say go. It really is. Tap 2 Crystal Grottos. How about that? And we'll play this Filigree Silex. And then I believe that I will say go. You know... Yeah. I could blow up this Silex. This is the right thing to do, right? This is the correct thing to do. This is correct. We attack, we put him at 5, and then we just Silex and pay 0. We blow up all these tokens. They can't sack their blood token, right? And then we Silex again. So let's tap Crystal Grotto. We got to tap things correctly. You and you, because I won't be able to tap you anyway. And Silex. And we still have enough to Mirrex and get a guy. So yes, cool. Cool, cool. I think this is right. Yeah, don't trust Auto Tapper. They drew a land. Oh, they drew a land. I think we win. I think we do. No counter on Silex yet. It's Bank Buster. Good game. Good game, opponents. Yeah, so we can attack with Foundry there and hit him for exactly 5. We did it, everybody. We won a game with this deck. we won a game with this. All right, let's hope we can do that again. Opponent goes. A lot of heavy stuff in our hand, man. Let's mold this one back. That's a little better. That is a little better. Don't know what we're up against here, but Boarded Window is the worst card in our hand. I think Circuit Mender is probably just better for the exact same purpose. Oh my god, it's mono red on the play again. Well, I will say we were on the play last time. We did draw Karn Silex. We have a Blast Zone. We have some things that could help us. Probably not enough. We got some stuff. Filigree Silex in our opener. Phoenix Chick comes down. Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to take some damage, that's for sure. Oh my god, Blast Zone. I hate you. I can't even put a counter on it. Like, I don't want Bank Buster. I want Circuit Mender. Really bad. Let's Filigree Silex. There's another way to play this, by the way. Where, next turn. Like, this turn I throw down 2-drop. Next turn, I throw down Filigree Silex and Monumental Facade. Put a whole counter on it, immediately blow it. But I think the better way to do it is do it this way. And then we'll just Filigree Silex for 1. That'll take out everything on their side of the table except for this treasure. Man, they play Sticky Fingers. That's a good card. That's a good Magic card. But this turn, we blow up the Silex. And then we Circuit Mender. And that's pretty good. I don't know. We could Silex again, though. We could play Karn Silex. You have something, my guy? Yeah. They do draw off the fingers. Sticky Fingers is really good, dude. Alright, let's Karn Silex. I like it a little more. I don't want to have to, like, wait extra turns to activate Silex if we, you know, if we need it. In the festivities. Okay, we go to 12. Play with fire, we go to 10. Okay. Is that it? They scry to the top, though. To note that. It's Crystal Grotto, see what's on top. It's a mech hanger. I don't not like lands, and Mech Hanger does crew the Bank Buster for free. Well, not for free, you know what I mean. We don't need a creature. Alright, let's gain the 2 off of Mender and play Lantern. Wish they had a squee in their yard or something when they do it. Phoenix Chick, that'll do. That's a good pull, right? Yeah. And then the turn. Decent position, but they could still burn us to death if we're not able to finish. They lightning strike our face. Yep. Yep, that's dangerous, man. We draw another land. That's kind of a lot in a row now, deck. Throw down Buster Douglas. I'll go ahead and draw. Mech Hanger. Okay. I can't no attacks forever. I really can't. But I'll no attacks for now. And they another lightning strike. Oh no, not like this. Just gonna draw all the burn spells in their deck and beat us that way. 12 cards that we've seen 12 cards. Another play. There's a play with fire. Oh my god. We go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands out of the 12 cards we've seen in the festivities. We go to 3. Oh my god. Jeez. Opponent really did draw every burn card in their deck. Let's just get rid of that. There's a Celestis. That helps. That helps tremendously. Good God, does that help. Oh my goodness. Alright. Well, I am going to, if it's night, it becomes day. Oh my god. Cityscape Leveler, huh? Sweet. I'm actually going to discard the Roadside Reliquary here. No attacks. We can do it. We can do this, guys. Here comes a Reckless Impulse. That's going to draw into another Reckless Impulse. They're going to land Impulse again. Okay. Monastery Swiftspear, play with fire. Those are good cards. But we get to gain another life here. Bankbuster number 2, huh? Well, I guess we're going to have... Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's drop this Bankbuster. We can play Leveler this turn. Should we? 5, 4, 3. We go down to 3. It is currently daytime. So if we play 2 spells, it flips. But we won't. They draw Lightning Strike next turn. We die if we play Leveler now. If we activate Celestus, however, then even drawing Lightning Strike doesn't win them the game, which is super noteworthy. That's so noteworthy. I know I'm playing not to die, and I should be playing to win, but we don't win next turn or anything, you know? We already have a Silex. I'm going to drop this. We can Blast Zone if we need to on this mana. We know they have Swift Spear. Oh, it's so stressful. It's very stressful. Oh my god, they came in. Now, they can kill our Bank Buster. They can do it. They can kill our Bank Buster. But it forces them to use the burn. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do that. I was going to say that would force them to use the burn on the Bank Buster. With fire, good god. They hold the phone. 2 play with fire. Hold on. 3 play with fire. 2 lightning strike. Okay. You really have drawn nearly every burn spell in your deck, haven't you? All right, we go up to 3. Gain a life, draw. Oh, a stasis coffin. Let's go. I am playing that another cityscape level. We're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game. Well. We're at 3, so let's Celeste this. I'm gonna do it. I could have just used Coffin. Would that have been better? It doesn't matter. I can decline to draw here too. Well, I'll take the action. And then I'll drop 1 in the yard, right? Yeah, sure. And then I can play the Foundry, and I have enough to activate Stasis Coffin. So, sick. I can also draw a card if I need to. So, I'm going to start attacking. Alright, they scried to the top last turn. It's good to know. Oh. Well, there's not a single burn spell in the format that does 4 damage to my face at instant speed, so I think it's safe to spend this mana when, you know, we could use Stasis Coffin. They lightning strike us, so we go to 1. Mycosynth Garden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I know. I know, guys. I know. But I'm doing it. Hey, a Mirex. Let's drop the Crystal Grotto. A lot to keep track of here with the mana base, too. So, sorry if I'm taking these, like, long pauses. Alright, we draw... Ooh, Boarded Window is pretty good. Mirex would help us clear the game, but Cityscape Leveler is going to do that. They can't beat this Leveler once it's down. We just have to make sure that we can't die, you know? That's the big thing, is I don't want to die the same turn that we do that. So, they're just going to scoop. They're done. They're done with it. I think we just annoyed them out of the game. They didn't even know that we had the Leveler in our hand. But let's view the battlefield here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana in total. That means that we can play a Leveler and still activate a Stasis Coffin, which is kind of where I want to be. You know, I could have probably done that last turn too, honestly. But if you can't tell, I'm playing it hella safe. If they draw any burn spell, and I wonder if they did. I wonder if they drew a burn spell and saw that we can just Stasis Coffin or something. So like, screw this. He's got mad. It could be. But man, we did it. We have actually we've won 2 games tonight. We beat every burn spell in Standard with a colorless deck. Fancy Bowl Tribal. I love you, Win. Fancy Bowl Tribal does indeed take down Mono Red. Now let's go up against the monster in your closet. Fancy Bowl Tribal. Alright, let's go. We should never have kept this hand. What am I thinking? We have 2 8-drops and a 9-drop in our opener. What are we doing? Why would we ever keep this? It's Filigree Silence. Opponent started on Fortified Beachhead, so like they're soldiers. Pretty much guarantee. Why did I keep this? That's so dumb. Here comes Dennick. What is wrong with me? At least we played first. Let's Circuit Mender. Gain our life. Counter on Silex. See what they do. Oh man. These terrible, terrible cards to have when you have 3 lands. What is wrong with me? Brutal Cathar is going to take out the Mender. It's fine. Who cares? And they don't attack? Oh no, oh we drew. Yeah, we had, for a second I thought it was our turn. Yay, we drew a land. We need to keep doing that for a little bit. Well, if I take out this Dank, they can just disturb it. However, if I take out the Cathar, I'm gonna boarded window, man. Let's do it. No, I meant to put a counter on it. I meant to put a misclick. Crap. Oh no. It could really come back to bite me. I meant to put a counter on that, but I sacked it like a dummy. Oh well. We're only taking 1 from this Cathar, right? They didn't do anything. Why wouldn't you do anything in Soldiers in that spot? That's weird. Well, we're gonna get hit by this Moonrage Brute, that's for sure. Oh, do you have a counterspell? Do you have that Soldier counterspell? That'd be awesome. You do? Come on. Come on, man. Playing Tempo Soldiers? No, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and draw then. In case we get a Lantern? It's never gonna happen. Oop. It's a land. I do be needing these lands, though. Let's make that work. I shouldn't have put it. I was so stupid anyway. I shouldn't have put a counter on the Filigree Silex by tapping it. I should have put a counter on it with Facade and just like blown it up. That would have been the thing to do. Now I'm stuck taking a lot of damage. I guess I'm not. I'm only taking 2. This turn. That's pretty good. Boarded Window's doing its job, you know. 6 mana next turn and not really much to do besides, I guess, put stuff on Blast Zone. I could be Hall of Tag Sinning, I guess. I can get. Oh, here comes Thalia. Let's throw Blast Zone down. Yeah, let's draw a card. Boarded Window number 2. Let's go. Beat it. Can you? Can you beat this? The massive technology against Soldiers. What do? Do you have like Lauren in your deck? Like something that can blow up artifacts? You have anything? What do they have that can do that? You're not playing Annex Sentry. That takes out artifacts. Like what can you do about this? I guess you can Siege Veteran and get something huge. That's pretty good. That ain't bad. We're still at 15. That's what? Okay. So we need to get this Blast Zone up to 3. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Put these counters on zone. Don't ask why. 7, 8. We have 8 mana, man. We have 8 mana. We can almost play this portal. It's like we take out 2 guys. What are you gonna touch? That's an artifact. Oh crap! That can do artifacts. What? Who plays Touch the Spirit Realm? Good job, man. Good job, opponent. Good freaking job. Wow. That's man. Okay. Sweet. That's something else. That's something else. Touch the Spirit Realm? Touch the Spirit Realm. Okay. Alright. Touch the Spirit Realm. They're not gonna swing. It's insane. Well, let's level her. Even though we do hardly know her. Is this right? Is this right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's like, they just have Brutal Cathar. You know what I mean? They just have a Brutal Cathar. Is it that big of a deal? Ooh, but it's nighttime, though. So they won't be able to... Maybe we can catch them like that. I want to do this. I want to blow up the Touch the Spirit Realm and get my boarded window back. That's such a terrible idea. Alright, no attacks. I should have blown up a creature there. They almost certainly have Brutal Cathar, and it's going to be a problem. But again, yeah, it's nighttime though, right? Isn't it? It's nighttime, yeah. So you don't get to, you don't get to grab something. But they play another thing this turn. They do, so that's not good. That's not good at all. But it's their combat phase, so like it doesn't look like they're going to play anything else. Yeah, just counters. And my turn? Is it my turn? Yes. Yes. We need to draw a Karn Silex. Filigree works too, to an extent. Blast Zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 3 left. Oh, that's actually about right. That's actually kind of perfect. Non-land permanent? Yeah, so I lose my windows too. That kind of sucks. But I do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Blow this up. It's all those guys. We get our Circuit Mender back. We gain life. Filigree Silex. But they just scoop. Okay. On it goes. It's gonna happen sometimes, I guess. Alright. Opponent took a mulligan. Red source. These have so far tonight been good signs for us. Crystal Grotto, Karn. No thank you. There's already one in our hand. Thanks, deck. Oh man, alright. Buster on turn 2, so it's not the deck I thought it was. I wonder if somebody's still playing CGB's Mono Red from like a week ago. Hall of Tagson, Filigree Silex. Go ahead and put a counter on it this time. I guess if they swing with Mishra's. Oh no, it's each non-land permanent, right? Yeah, so it wouldn't even work against Foundry. Hearth? Okay. Okay. I might be okay with it. Now we're not going to draw any lands, guys. In the turn. Not putting a counter on you yet. Are you really going to attack? Okay, dog. What does your deck do? your turn 4 play is to attack with Mishra's Foundry? What does your deck do? Yeah, I'm taking it. It's fine. It's whatever. What else? Nothing. What are you doing? What do you do? What do, you know? Huh. Well, we drew a land. That's great. That's really good. Well, I guess I'll just blow up next to everything on the board here. Very close. Fail. Trigger Hearse first, because why not? It's the right thing to do. And then we'll throw down Karn. Make a Power Stone. Definitely play Mightstone, Weakstone next turn. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. We can do it. We can do it. Oh, Spirit Bomb, guys. Need the energy. Rending Flame. Nice. Nice. Can't do anything else this turn. Okay. I guess it was worth it, though, right? Let's draw 2. There's a land. We wanted it. Celestus? Or Hearse? Or I could go Silex again. I'll probably go Silex again, honestly. Well, no, I'm not. I don't think I'll be using it. I think we'll go Celestus here. Because this means next turn we can play Leveler if we have to, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. 9. We can cast Portal if we need to. So maybe I should have gone Hearse, but I don't think this deck's going to do too much out of its yard. Visions, so they get to draw an extra card every turn or something. Exile top card of your library. You can play it. If you don't play it, you get a tap Power Stone. So are you playing like Portals and stuff too? Is that what you're up to over there? I don't know, and I don't care. Let's just get rid of that Visions with the Cityscape Leveler. And see if they have something in their deck that can kill this. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll get rid of the Hearse and the Visions. Sure. 6. They could have 7 mana this turn. A fun thing we can do is Filigree Silex or Karn Silex away their Power Stone tokens. Brotherhood's End. So that's going to blow up most of our artifacts. But it also blows up their Power Stones, which we wanted to do anyway, so whatever. Reckoner Bankbuster comes down. I'm going to go ahead and draw a card first before I attack. It's Crystal Grotto. Let's take a scry. So we have to look forward to. Lantern? Nah. I will not target a non-land permanent, I guess. Bang! They go to 12. Silex. Yeah, I'll go ahead and Silex. I don't think it's time to coffin yet because we know they play Brotherhood's End. So we'll just kind of hold on to this. Rainy day, you know? They abrade it. Yep, they can kill it. Crap. That's not good. Opponent running a little bit low on lands, though. But maybe they'll get them. Maybe they'll get them. Click. Come on, bud. Yep, there we go. We'll put a single charge counter on this blast zone. I think that's prudent. What have we seen from your deck? Nothing? You don't do anything yet? Okay. It's a land. Blast zone specifically. Alright, let's start tapping our lands a little carefully here. Tap the Bank Buster to draw a card. It's a mech hanger. That could accrued the Buster. That's really funny. And then I guess I'll just put him at 4. Unless they have another Abrade. No non-land permanent. It sucks to not have anything to target with this, honestly. But I get the feeling that the opponent's deck is just like Koth or something, you know? Put an oil counter on the Filigree Silex and say go. Now you can do whatever you want, opponent. You can spend your turns doing whatever you like. You can do whatever you like. Baby, you can do whatever you like. Alright. Starting to run low. Oh, Brotherhood's End. Alright. I was going to say we are starting to run low on stuff to do here to close the game. Yeah, sure. No. Undo. Undo. Cast the mech or play the mech hanger and then tap it. And then we'll circuit it. We'll do it that way. 6 mana left. 7-8, really? Hold on to the coffin. Hold on to your coffins! And then we can maybe just win the game with Mirex. Reckoner Bankbuster for the opponent. Still have 3 cards, about to be 4 in their hand, but no mana. Alright, so let's tap carefully. Actually, well, I guess we already have a Blast Zone on 2, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3 for Mirex. Make a guy. We got 2 mana left, 4 mana left. Alright, so we can sacrifice this Blast Zone. Or Blast Zone. We sacrifice the Roadside Reliquary and draw a card. We draw a Roadside Reliquary. Jokes. Alright. Hey, we drew a Cityscape Leveler. Let's just blow up the Reckoner Bankbuster with that. And maybe our opponent will escape. They good game us. Let's tip our cap, or tip our cup to them. That's our way of good gaming. Now, the thing is, they're not dead. They're actually not dead. They got a 6th mana. But I'm willing to bet that this hand is just full of, like, portals, Cityscape Leveler, just stuff they need these Power Stone tokens for, right? What's the win rate now? I think that we are 4-6, something like that. It's not very good. It's like 40, literally 40%.